Hello and welcome everyone. It's Rebecca Davison, intuitive coach and mentor and founder of Find Your Bliss. Welcome to day 4 of your Ego Detox Soul Energizer series. It's great to have you here. Today what I want to talk about is balance between masculine and feminine energy within us and why it's so important. Now, first and foremost, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Just like we have lightness and darkness, so too do we have those feminine and masculine energies within us. Now, sometimes though, that they can get out of balance and it can kind of show up sometimes in really unconscious ways. So let's just have a look at masculine energy in the first instance. Masculine energy is about taking action. It's about getting results, perhaps a slightly more aggressive or less emotional energy. It can often be connected with the energy of being a provider, of having to go out and do the hunting and gathering, and also a protection energy. Masculine energy is also about giving. So it's a really strong, powerful force within us, and this can be hugely beneficial, especially if you're a woman. For example, if you are self-employed, you're in a situation where you need to get things done, you need to get results, maybe even if you're looking after children, organizing the play dates, making sure that you've got the groceries, going out into the world, doing what it is that you need to do to get those results to provide for your family or to keep the family unit together perhaps. So it can be a really beneficial, fundamentally beneficial energy. Now, feminine energy is more about feeling emotions. It's more about vulnerability. It's more about receptivity. Feminine energy is receiving energy. It's more laid back. It's not so movement orientated. It's more about love and giving love. Not that masculine energy is not, but it's more about being aware of that. So, and also, things to the extent where a feminine energy looks to create harmony and beauty in our environment. So, and that kind of energy, can be incredibly attractive for a man who's working in a high-powered job but needs to have some of those softer emotional skills that are required perhaps to be able to interact with his clients. So you can see how masculine and feminine energy is very beneficial no matter what we're doing, but it can get a little bit off if it gets out of balance. Now, and to give you an example of this, if you have two people, for example, who are both really in their masculine energy, it can kind of feel a little bit competitive. If you have two people who are both in their feminine energy, it can end up feeling a little bit directionless. So what I would encourage you to do today as your intuitive tweak is to be really aware of where your own masculine and feminine energy is and if it's balanced. And I want to take you into a little exercise right away to actually give you a direct experience of that. So I'm just going to get you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Just see yourself surrounded and covered and having light pouring all over you, just feeling really relaxed. And then what I want you to imagine is that there's two chairs in front of you. You're sitting on a chair and you're looking at two chairs, and you're going to invite in your masculine and your feminine energy. So having those feminine and masculine energies come and sit down on those two chairs in front of you. I just want you to start observing. You maybe look at your masculine energy. Maybe if it has a shape or a form or a texture or a feeling, what is that? Just noticing what that is. And then again, with your feminine energy sitting next to your masculine, does it have a shape? Does it have a form? Is it showing up in a certain way? And I want you to notice your masculine and feminine energies together. And are they in balance? Maybe one energy is bigger than the other. Maybe it has a stronger color. Whatever it is, just noticing, just using your imagination to go to that place to give you that information. And what I want you to do now is I want you to start creating communication between your masculine and feminine. Perhaps asking the masculine what it is that it needs from your feminine energy. And then taking the opportunity for the feminine energy to do the same, to ask the masculine for what it is that they need. Maybe your masculine energy needs more trust in the feminine. Maybe the feminine needs more trust in the masculine. Maybe the masculine energy feels like the feminine doesn't get things done. So just kind of opening up the lines of communication and allowing that to be present. What I want you to do now is I want you to imagine that the masculine and feminine energy, if they have a form or otherwise energetically, just asking them to hold hands so the energy can move between them. Just allowing the energy to flow. So what you're doing is you're asking for balance to be present within your masculine and feminine energies. You're asking them to communicate with each other. You're asking them to work together. So really just a simple exercise there, just surrounding it all with light. If you need to, kind of just collapsing the image, but just really being present to the fact that you can tune into your masculine and feminine energies just like that. And it's possible to create that line of communication. Because what's really important is also in your romantic relationships to be aware is if your partner's more in their masculine, if you can bring your consciousness to that, then you can bring in more of your feminine. You know, and this is very important for people to be aware of. For example, in your relationships, moving into that energy. If you work in a really corporate environment, for example, as a woman, like dialing that energy back and moving back into the feminine when you're at home. This is important too in regards to attraction, because attraction occurs between masculine and feminine energies. Now, it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight or asexual, but those masculine and feminine energies are present within us. And to create the arc of polarity, it needs between the masculine and the feminine. So if your partner's in their masculine, being aware enough to pull your energy into the feminine, or if you're more masculine in your energy, that your partner is in their feminine energy. So being something to be aware of to create that level of attraction, which is what we're looking for in regards to our personal relationships rather. So just a really small exercise today in regards to how to tune into your masculine and feminine energy, how to create balance, how to make sure that you're doing that to continue to create that polarity, that attraction between yourself and your romantic partner, but also to make sure that you are receiving all the benefit that life brings you, all the goodness. You know, the masculine energy has its benefits, but so too does the feminine. So asking them to work together to bring you the richness and the fullness that life provides through those two energies, and making sure that there is balance in regards to choosing that they work together and that they both have their power in a balanced state, that one's not being more dominant than the other. So that's the intuitive tip for today. Thank you so much for your time. If you'd like to join the conversation at Facebook, it's Facebook.com/Find Your Bliss Now. I'd love to connect with you there and hear about how you're experiencing this journey. Lots of love and light to you. Bye for now.